Doesn't look like much like an Indian here, does it? Today I'm actually going to ride a Can-Am Spyder F3 Limited on behalf of my father, who's considering one. This is an opportunity for me to ride it too, to see what it's all about. It's a cool looking ride. Can't wait to give it a go. All right, this is going to be a new experience. I have never sat on a Can-Am Spyder before, but today I'm going to look at this F3 Limited. Doing it on behalf of my dad, and thanks to Sloan's Motorcycle ATV here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, give me an opportunity to get this going. So, all right, so let's try this the very first time. I'm told to release the parking brake. This starts in neutral. Oh, there we go. Slips into gear. Let's feel how this goes. Paddle switcher right here on the handle. That's a little different for sure. Okay. Do I have to downshift? Got the brake, that's easy enough. The turns feel quite a bit different than it does on my Indian Springfield two-wheel bike, as you might guess. Oh, speaking of, there's a beauty right there. Okay, am I gonna stall out is the question I have. Right here, let's go. Boy, it does feel different when it starts to take a turn. Okay, the shift into third felt a little weird to me, but I think that may just be my not being so familiar. It took that bump over the train tracks quite nicely. The suspension feels good. I'm noticing the mirrors are bouncing around quite a bit. I'm looking at that Jeep behind me and it's shaking and rattling and rolling a little bit. Okay. Turn. Downshift felt a little bit awkward, but again, I don't blame the motorcycle or anything. I'm just blaming myself because I'm so unfamiliar. Second gear and now into first. I may be doing something completely wrong as I'm shifting. Now I'm very cognizant of the fact that what gear I'm in. I'm in 1 right now. And when I downshifted, I definitely felt each shift. It's not a hard shift, I just felt the engine rev as I was doing it. So I'm likely doing something not correct. Looks like it has heated grips here. Let me turn that on just for fun. It is in the 50s out here today. Okay, here we go. Upshift. Well, I felt that little gimme, and the centrifugal force makes me feel like I'm falling right off the bike since I can't turn. So as a two-wheel rider, this would take some getting used to. No question about that. And releasing the throttle as I turn, just not getting the feel for that just yet. I don't know if I should even be doing that. Whoa. Yeah. Very, very strange response in the steering to me. Coming from any two-wheel bike, you may notice this. It doesn't start with the authority that my Indian Springfield has at a stop. It doesn't have the torque that I would typically feel. And I don't know that that's what anyone is looking for when looking for this particular style. But the suspension, you know, when it go left and right, bouncing with potholes or anything like that, it feels a little out of control, but it isn't out of control. It's just a feeling that I have. I'm gonna duck in here, downshift again. Each time I whoa, I definitely feel some weirdness just regarding the steering. I'm so unfamiliar with it. Okay, listen to the engine. You hear the wow, and now I'm holding the throttle steady as I shift it. Maybe I should be releasing it. I'm in first gear right now. I got to be cognizant of what gear. So let's put it in 2. Now it goes, and just kind of falls in place then. Yeah, turning, even slight turns, just feels really awkward to me. I'm not certain that I could actually get used to that, quite honestly. And that is not a criticism of the Spyder. It's just a personal preference that I don't think I could get myself accustomed to either a trike, whether the 2 wheels are in front or in back. Oh, someone does a nice job with the, or is that fake grass? I think that's actually AstroTurf someone planted in their front yard. How about that? Well, hey, it's always green, right? Okay, so I guess one of the benefits to a Spyder might be the turning radius. With a 2-wheel bike, if you're not particularly trained, you might take a look at this and go, oops, I'm stuck on a cul-de-sac and maybe I can't turn around very quickly. So let me just go with that. I want to get in first gear so I don't have to concern myself with that, and see what the turning radius is. Okay, well, okay, there's a pro. That's quick, that was easy, no danger, no problem with turning a bike over. The shifting is really, really weird. Okay, I'm not really sure what happened here with this panel. It has come off at some point, and I don't know when that happened. I don't have any protection and wind protection on my hands, and I do notice the wind. It looks like maybe these would actually protect a little bit, but really it doesn't. It's just there. The mirrors are solid. They don't turn with the handlebars, which is fine. It's just a different style. And those of you that are familiar with Can-Ams are probably laughing at me right now, because I'm so unfamiliar with how this works in terms of gearing and all of that. I'm a little concerned now here on this test ride that somehow I've lost this panel. That should not have happened. Keep an eye on that. So for what it's worth, hey, be mindful of whether these are open. If you buy a Can-Am Spyder, you don't want to lose that. I am really not figuring this out. The gears just feel very odd. And the steering feels very odd. Just take it for what it's worth. I've never ridden any trike or any other 3-wheeler, so it just may be me. But I feel like a novice. And in fact, I am a novice today. And it shows. Alright, let me go up here. Turn over in this little park and downshift from 4th. Oh my goodness, I feel so clumsy. So clumsy. This looks like a good spot to do a little walk around. Alright, so I'm told that I have to, it goes back into neutral and I hit the parking brake. F3 Limited, I think this one's a 2022. Cool looking. I like the little tour pack in the back, and I've already stored for my ride, and a little GoPro there. Enough probably for a full-size helmet and some extra stuff. Some saddlebags. This one appears to have the heated seats and the grips, which is pretty cool. Okay. Alright, so reverse the process as I understand it. Take the parking brake off, and I have. And let's get going here. Wow. That turning, it's just a completely different vibe than a 2-wheel bike. You can't lean it. It just kind of throws you into a corner and has the feeling that, yeah, you can come on. You don't want to follow me. you feel the centrifugal force that you don't feel really on a two-wheel bike when you can lean. Okay, here we go. I'm still being mindful of where that panel may be. I'm hopeful that maybe it's in the parking lot right there at Sloan's. That would be really terrific. Still haven't really gotten the shifting down. I'm releasing the throttle as I shift. I've tried to keep it on, and I still feel like it's not quite working out for me. I'd probably have to own this for a couple days or a week or before anything starts to feel normal. So this really can't be a review in the truest sense, because I have not given this anything more than a very brief test ride. Nevertheless, it's different. It's kind of fun. I definitely feel stable when riding in a straight line, and it's comfortable. It feels good to sit on. Criticism would be, so far, without deep knowledge of this, it kind of downshifts for itself. Okay, that wasn't expected. Downside, I don't like the rattly mirrors. They may have some adjustments, but yeah, that's not so stable. And for anyone that's coming from a two-wheel bike, you really have to be on guard about the steering. I don't really feel serious torque, although I can get some speed up, but it seems to be at a little higher RPM that I'm more accustomed to. But again, apples and oranges. Fun little ride. Whoa. Yeah, this turning, I turned my head and just really find myself a little disoriented. This should be relaxing, and probably would be in terms of the gear shifting once I've gotten some miles under my belt. If I were to buy this and take off down the highway, it would just take a couple days, maybe more than that for me, because I'm just so much more accustomed to two wheels. All right, so I'm gonna park this here just where we got it. And again, I want to thank Sloan's Motorcycle ATV in Murfreesboro for the ride, and getting a chance to get on my first Can-Am. Have not ridden it. It's a fun little ride. Again, just takes some getting used to, as I've said probably 100 times now. But thank you all for hanging out.
I know a place where we can go to lay the troubles down, eating your soul. I know a place where mercy flows.